Well, David's Auto Care here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Oh my, what we got going on here? What in the heck? Gary Zitterich. Is this fire suit burnt? And there she blows, guys. Oh my. What's happening here? And you are David Zitterich, right? David Zitterich.
I told Chaz we're going to get them fixed up so you can keep going to the races and harassing the drivers.
Harassing the drivers, okay. Over in the race shop, we got this suit. We saw it when we came in. What is this suit?
That's my dad's suit. We keep all our stuff. We don't get rid of nothing, but that's just to remind him what happened back in July 4th, 1988. He got burnt, but we always keep it just so, you know, safety's.
For Husets?
Huset Speedway, 1988.
Wow. That's not the only fire suit. You got this. What is this right here?
I got this at an auction, for a benefit auction.
Oh, wow.
Lake Tony area.
Road to Indy.
Yep. Thought that was pretty cool. I wanted to buy it and sell it, but nope, I'm keeping this.
And then race cars. Does Logan Schuhart work out of the shop here or something?
I wish, but I'm getting back into it. These cars have been sitting. They're coming apart right now. We're taking them apart, go through them, get replace parts, put new parts on. This will be a 305, this will be a 410 98, that'll be a 410 Outlaw. And that's when my dad don't get rid of nothing, so that's going to be a nostalgia car.
Okay.
So he's got all the old stuff up on the shelves and put them together for him. So
yeah, I see like championship banners up top.
That's a few of them. You don't have a wall ain't big enough to.
And then who are y'all planning to do y'all's motors?
I do my own motor work. We've always done our own motors, but we got our own little machine shop over here. We do a lot of airing stuff. You know, if it's more than just that, we send it back to the manufacturer.
And so you know what to do. Obviously, it looks like you got blocks, cranks, heads, all the stuff you need to make a 410.
Yeah. 410, 305, 360s. The engine's supposed to be one of Steve Kinder's old 410s. Bought it from a kid out of Wisconsin that was getting out of racing, and we said that used to belong to Steve Kinzer. And I called, and I did verify it. So one of his last 410s he raced.
What's this?
This is my racing accident back in June 2nd, 1996 at Huset Speedway. So my dad and I both have been flown out of Husets. So
you talk about seats getting better. I mean, look how barbaric this thing looked.
That's a bill.
I mean, that looks like something you'd wear to go golfing nowadays, you know, or something.
I mean, that was a top of the line bill back in the day. That was I want to say I started 12th in the feature. I was running third, and it took a gear. Someone had a quick change gear in the back bumper and got left on the car, and somehow I ended up on the track.
And it flung up?
Took it right between the eyes. The nose was about an inch pushed over, had a broken eye socket, broken cheekbone, 60 skull fractures.
So what, did you get hit by that, and then that caused...
Not that particular gear, but that's what hit me.
And then you got knocked out and then hit the wall, or just everything happened at once?
It happened fast. I actually bent the seat into the roll cage. Actually bent the roll cage, hit me so hard.
Wow.
But he says we did run a rock guard, you know, and I got talking to Terry McCarroll, and he was driving the 51 car at the time. He said whatever hit him in turn 2, knocked his rock guard off, hit him in the head. He saw stars for about 2 laps. We're thinking I was in the race after McCarroll, and I just got carried down the track. And I didn't have a rock screen on, and Terry said, you know, it ain't just for rocks.
Yeah, anything similar to that solid of a piece.
Yeah,
flings up. That's easy to happen.
I had to have 2 constructive surgeries, so I got one little scar up here. That's all.
And was that the last time you raced, or no?
No, I raced about 6 more years, and then I just got burned out. I was doing a lot of it myself. My dad had a crew. I didn't have much of a crew. I just got a kid, got married.
Life took over.
My whole dream was to be a 410 driver in the world of Outlaws, and then the opportunity came knocking. I was so burned out, I just said, I'll pass.
And that was the R19.
And they took Justin Henderson. Then after that was Jason Solwald, and Jack Hoggins out. Well,
at least you got the offer, right? That says something.
Yeah. I did a lot with half the equipment that most people had when we were competitive, so it woke up a lot of people. So
what has gone down over here? I see there's a bunch of parts on the ground over here. This is the old suspension, so everything that you see here is now new on the car. And that's rear or front?
That's front.
That's front.
Front, rear.
And this was replaced at one point in time, 270K, but it's been another almost 250. So
and the engine's next.
The engine's next. Okay, so what we got here? This is the new digs. Looks like this is black now.
Just clean it all. I take a lot of pride in my work, so we clean everything up. They all make it look new. Everything else that needs to be replaced.
No rust underneath, or is there a little rust or no?
Not at all. This would have been a Midwestern car. I would have said trash here.
And so you got a new rotor on here too. Okay, what are we looking at? This is the oil. You're saying we got additional
We
issues.
got some blow by. We're not going to be able to finish the race that way. I'm looking new. We're done.
But this is new here. So over here, here's the new parts.
Just some new parts.
Lower control arm.
Struts, tie rod, inner tie rod, outer tie rod, sway bar
Okay.
links. Soon to be brakes.
Soon to be brakes. Okay.
Back, lower control arm, front control arm, upper control arm.
Wow.
Brakes were taken apart, inspected, looked good, cleaned them up, adjusted them.
Yeah, the drum brakes I think are about 2 years old, but they last forever. Drums do.
Yeah, they don't use much back brakes on cars like this. Then once we get this down tomorrow, we put it on the alignment rack.
So you're saying everything under here though, like rusted that you would normally see,
Oh, gosh.
it's nothing
That's
at
the
all.
worst case scenario. That's nothing.
Oh, and I
That's
do
nothing.
try to underbody clean it. I generally do the maintenance work. Just this is like advanced maintenance. So
And that's original exhaust. So
yes, this is all original transmission.
show you take care of it.
Yeah, try at least to the best of my abilities. But breaking the engine apart and fixing stuff, I mean, timing belt, alternator, the typical stuff. Timing belt's probably the hardest I've ever done. After this, how many miles? So I was looking at 500. We'll sell it or park it. Not sell it. Probably park it. You're saying what we thinking now? 500K ain't enough.
And maybe at 500, we'll pull the pan and check the bearings.
Okay.
Get to go up another couple of years.
So you're thinking 600K now?
Well, you could go 700,000 to take care of it.
Oh wow.
Honestly, in my opinion, if you follow the factory's recommendations on the vehicles nowadays, it won't last.
Really?
They'd stretch out the maintenance to keep the yearly cost of maintenance down, which is feasible. So people are going 10, 15, 20,000 on their oil changes.
That's ridiculous. I always try to go 5K.
I hit 260 in my work truck. You look at a lot of vehicles now, it's got lifetime fluids. Well, that's misinterpreted because lifetime expectancy of the vehicle, 150,000 miles. So it's kind of misguided.
Right. Or the life expectancy of the part. You know, that can be lifetime as well.
Like I said, the fluids don't wear out. It's the additives they put in the fluids that wear out. I believe in, 5,000 mile oil changes, 50,000 mile transmission flushes, 70,000 maybe at most.
What about radiator flushes on that or no?
3 to 5 years. And one of the biggest things I do, in the old days we would test coolant for how it would freeze, get the little balls that float. But I use test strips. It tests the nitrates, all that stuff. So fluids can look brand new, but be bad. But the old rule of thumb is look at how it looks.
Just like the oil qualities. What's the best oil?
I did my research, and if the Petroleum Institute, they won't tell you, but I looked at the test results, AMS oil.
By far.
Oh yeah, in street racing, but in street vehicles, I use AMS oil in my personal stuff. Nothing thinner than 530. I don't put that 016, 020, 520, 530 minimums for it.
And then what about filters? Does that matter?
I cut some open, just my own research. I would say, Wix. Wix is the best, I believe.
Which is the best?
Wix.
Okay.
Wix XP, Robo, better, yeah.
So we should be back on the road for Michigan at least next Thursday.
Oh gosh, yeah.
We'll see what happens then.
Let's fix all the oil leaks, find the cause of the oil leaks, but we gotta stop the oil leaks so
We'll see.